Where did the Zika name come from?
The virus is named after Uganda's Zika forest, where originally identified back in 1947. It's a small forest, just 62 acres compared to Central Park's 843 acres. By the way, Zika means overgrown in the local language. Now, CBS News' Dr. Max Gomez is here now to clear up some of the confusion. There's a lot of talk, and of course, this has been a big story here for the last couple of days.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, a lot of questions that as we were mentioning about expecting moms. And Tony actually mentioned one in his piece where there is a female infected with the virus and she's pregnant. So what are doctors concerned about here?
Well, if you're not pregnant, first of all, and you're not planning on getting pregnant, or you may not be pregnant at the time, that's really not a concern. It's really primarily for pregnant women. They're the ones who really have to worry about it. If you are pregnant and you have traveled to these countries in the last several weeks during this time, you may actually then want to be tested. But that's a complicated issue, because if you're going, the testing is complicated. It's unclear when you can pick up this microcephaly, and so it's a tough decision. And if you're not going to make any decisions based on whether or not your baby may have developed microcephaly, then you may or may not want to actually do anything about testing.
So the big question of people who are, I mean, I know it's a concern for women who are pregnant right now. If you are planning to get pregnant, how much forethought needs to be made here concerning this?
Well, first of all, you don't want to visit any of the countries that are on the watch list, the CDC watch list. There's about 24 countries, South America, Central America, and the Caribbean, some areas in Africa as well, and in Southeast Asia. Those are the areas where you want to be careful. There, you probably want to stay away from that. Right now, there are no infected mosquitoes in the United States. All the cases that have shown up in the United States have been in people who have visited those countries. But if you're planning on getting pregnant, you should stay away from those countries for now.
What are the symptoms?
Well, the symptoms are really pretty mild, actually. 8 out of 10 people who get infected have no symptoms at all. The rest of the symptoms are sort of mild flu-like symptoms. You may not even realize that you've gotten sick. They are a mild flu-like symptoms, aches and pains, kind of bloodshot eyes, pink eye, and a fever. It's not really all that serious.
No vaccine currently. No way of treating this currently.
No way of treating it. It's a virus. No vaccine, no way of treating it. You need an awful lot of cases before companies and researchers really get around to developing a vaccine for this. And up until now, it had been relatively, I would say, unknown in the Western Hemisphere.
Yeah, before we let you go here, we have a few seconds left. I just want to remind people that this conversation will continue. You're going to have a live chat on Facebook. You'll be taking questions and answering people's questions, and that's coming up at 5:15, facebook.com/CBS New York, because this is something that is gripping the entire nation right now.
There's an awful lot of questions that people have. We'll be trying to answer those questions.
What do you see? I know that the one representative that we heard from right there is confident that there won't be a major outbreak in the area, but this just seems to be spreading rather quickly.
It's the CDC and others have said they expect it to spread across the Americas. In the States, you don't see those mosquitoes very much, except in Florida, Hawaii, Texas, those areas. We probably won't see that up here.
We take the proactive approach to make sure that this...
we really are much better at mosquito control, which is the biggest issue, than we are in some of these other,
I don't want to panic people by any means. It's just a concern. All right, Dr. Max, thank you.